Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm currently sat on my floor having realised I filmed my whole video in the worst light ever, which I think everyone's gonna hate me for. So, you know, I do apologise. It's not ideal. It's a bit shadowy, looks like I have really dark circles. But I do explain the products that I use. I do explain how to use them, why I use them, what to use if you didn't have my kind of skin type. And yeah, just step by step. I think I've explained it quite well. So fingers crossed, if you are watching this, you do stay to the end. And I promise the next time I do a video, it's not going to be, sorry, I keep looking up there, I need to look down there. It's not going to be in as bad a lighting. Yeah, I feel like you might not be able to see. I mean, you can see, it's just not as clear and as bright and pigmented and stuff as this. So yes, this is basically the look that I'm going to be doing. This is my first YouTube video tutorial, so I do start off with my eyebrows on because I just feel like, look, I'm not getting naked for you on camera straight away. So yeah, I basically start off with my eyebrows already on. If you do want a brow tutorial, I will be more than happy on doing it. I just feel like everybody is good at brows. Well, okay, not everybody, but everybody knows how to do their own brows. I will, of course, do a brow tutorial if anybody would want me to do that. This is basically my finished look. So it's the one that I did a couple of weeks ago. I've had a lot of people ask on my Instagram if I would do a tutorial. What better way to start my YouTube tutorials than to do this one, which was highly requested. So it's the one that was called Prosecco Pop. It's just this warm brown. It's got like a halo eye, nude lip, bronzy. So I'm going to start off looking like a thumb, but I mean the look will come together at the end and it will look a little bit something like this. Let me know what you think, please. Please also comment to subscribe. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like, that's my aim in the next couple of videos. Please help me. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. You're gonna go back in with your first colour and just buff that out and make sure you haven't lost 295. Which looks like this. And I'm going to pick up my 305 shadow, which is this chocolate brown. And I'm just gonna pop this directly in the crease, so you're kind of focusing it on the smallest area. Okay, well, there's a lot of going on with my lighting right now, so I do apologise. So this is my 10S, and I'm going right into my socket. The way this brush is it's very pointy, but like it's a little bit fluffy as well. So you can get right in and really deepen that crease. And you're bringing it a tiny little bit higher than your crease, just because you're going to cut your crease with your halo. So then if this is brought a little bit higher, it just means that you can still get your depth. You can still see kind of your darker colour, your medium colour, which I'm now going back in, which is 300. You don't want to lose your layer of colour. And then back in again with my first colour, which was 295, making sure you're not losing that either. And that's it. So now I'm going to cut my crease. I am taking Inglot gel liner in number 76. It's just my white gel liner and it looks like so. My 9S brush from Inglot, which is just a flat concealer brush. And I'm going to take gel liner and a tiny little bit of, now this is like a really good trick, tiny bit of Duraline, which looks like this. So basically it's like a mix and medium. It makes it more like a liquid. You can also mix it in with your products for your brows that are gels. You can mix it in with your eyeliners. You can pop it on your lipsticks that are quite matte and hard and stubborn to move. So it's actually quite good. So what I'm going to do is I want to get kind of an effect, so you're gonna need to cut it in the middle slightly. Wipe off the excess on your brush. You're gonna pull it just to kind of fade your shadows into the liner. This is a really important step because otherwise you will not be able to blend in your shadows back into it. So I'm gonna take, first of all, this color here, which is like an iridescent gold, and this is going on the lid with the same brush. Bringing it right up to where you've cut that halo crease and right down the sides, because then we're going to blend some shadow into it. So first of all, take in my first color on my big brush, blending this right in. And the same with the outside in, the inside I mean. You've kind of got it faded in, and you're going to take your MAC 217 with your like kind of medium shade, your 300, and you're just buffing that in. Buffing that in. What's this? Starting to see a little bit of a gradient now, because you want everything to blend. You want everything to blend out and in. And you're just blending that bit on the outside. Okay, I'm going to take our smaller brush, which is like this. We're going to take our darker colour again, which we use in the crease, and we're just going to bring this in along the lash line slightly and up. You can tell it's getting dark. It's like literally getting dark right before my eyes. Okay, next step is we're going to take some glue. I'd switch between what I use for this step, but tonight I'm going to use some glue. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to use glue. So I'm just going to use this Girls with Attitude glue. I think it's £3 from Primark. It's actually quite good. I mean, my first preference would be duo glue, but we don't have that today. So we've taken our flat concealer brush and pop some glue. I need some more glue because my camera died in the meantime. Come on, sis. Like none left. Here we go. All the way up to the top, down, and then using the excess product and just dispersing that out so that there's not like a lot of product. Most of your product is focused on the center of the eye basically. So then I'm going to take my Inglot 54 Body Sparkles. It looks like this. And I'm just going to take this Primark brush. Like, I don't like it for blending, so I literally use it for popping some glitter on. I feel like when you use a fluffy brush, it kind of disperses it a little bit more evenly. And I'm literally just going to pop this on the eye. Any looks that I like have requests for it literally involves that body sparkle. Did anyone hear that? Okay, so I'm now going to take my liner. At the minute I'm just using this liquid ink for my top line liner. And this is from Essence, and I'm sure it's like €2.29p or cents or something. So I'm literally just going to create a line on the top just to kind of slip my lashes on. Today I'm using quite large lashes, so we need some sort of liner to place them on top of. So yeah, it's really, really black. It's really easy to use. I've been using this liner for I would say 10 years, no joke, like 10 years, because it's just so easy. The actual brush, it looks like this, and this is like my secret to whenever I do like a winged liner or whatever. I do love the Inglot Gel Liner 77. I use that for underneath, I do use it on top when I do makeovers, but for myself, I find it easier to use this one. It's unbelievable. So then, anyways, I'm gonna wait for that to dry for a second. And I'm gonna pick back up my little Inglot blending brush, like so. And I'm just gonna dip back into my darker brown color, and I'm just gonna press that on the edge of the black so that it all blends together nicely. And then I'm actually gonna go back in with my lighter tone and blend that out. Here's one I made earlier, and here's one I made now. Okay. Oh yes, so now we need a little bit of inner corner highlight. I'm actually gonna use this SoSu palette. It's the SoSu highlight palette. We've got 6 gorgeous shades here. My little cousin got me this for Christmas, which I'm so happy. Best present ever. Like, I couldn't believe it when she got me it. I was buzzing because you can never have too much highlight. So I'm actually dipping into a couple of them. Just gonna test it out. Yeah. Just for the inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna go for Unicorn Dust and Moon Sparkle, and these two mixed. So this is the kind of pigments that we're talking. Great at demonstrating. And then pop a little bit just on your brow bone as well. Taking my Inglot 77 gel liner, which is the black one, and I'm just popping this on my waterline. And I'm just dragging it under a little bit. Literally the blackest liner you will ever use. It's amazing. So I've just done that, and now I'm going to take my Inglot 13P, which is this tiny little brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of my Geraldine, and this is where Geraldine comes in handy as well. It's amazing, which is this product here. Popping a tiny bit of that just on my hand, picking it up on the brush, and I'm literally going to buff it under to where we've kind of dragged the black under, and it actually smokes it out like a shadow. To take my trusty blending brush, and I'm just going to blend it under. Just to make sure there's no like harsh lines, it's like seamless. Okay, so I'm literally just about to pop my lashes on. I'm using mmmmitchel. Top tip, make sure that your applicator has got no glue on it, because you don't want to start pulling them off when you're trying to pull your applicator away from your lash when it's trying to, you know, stick to your lashes. You don't want that happening. Difficult. I will say about the Mitchells, the mmmmitchel lashes, that they have got quite a thick band, so sometimes it is hard to work with and to actually stick them down, but they are beautiful. Okay, it looks like I've got some sort of weird quiff going on. So, I've stuck my lashes on. Move on to the skin. I'm going to mix 2 products. Oh my god, where are they? Okay. I'm going to pop a little bit of moisturizer on. It's just like a little travel size one I got for Christmas. It's the Immortal Divine. Actually, I'm not going to use this because it's basically an oil. It's quite oily. Okay, I'm going to use a different. Okay, so unfortunately I cannot find my moisturizer. Well, my usual moisturizer. So I'm going to use this one. This is literally just from Boots. It's the Essentials Moisturizing Cream. It's the cucumber one. I usually use Trilogy or something like that. It's a little bit more of an expensive one, whereas this I think is literally like £2. But it's fine for like sensitive skins and stuff. Well, I find it fine. And then I'm gonna pop a little bit of the PS Bronze Instant Radiant Drops. So this one is in Exotic. It's just like kind of like a iconic London dupe basically. And then I'm gonna go in, that's just to kind of prep my skin. I'm actually not gonna use a primer today because, I don't know, sometimes I just don't feel like it. Then I'm gonna go in with a mixture of 77 HD Inglot and 83 HD Inglot. Focus on that one there. Mix those two together to get like kind of my perfect shade. And just blend away. Nearly dropped my bloody foundation on the floor. So I'm literally just gonna buff this all in. As you can see, I know it is 100% darker than my normal skin tone, but I am wearing tan and this blends in perfect. So these two colors for me make the like most perfect tan color. I use like circular motions and kind of back and forth motions with this brush, and then I pat it in like as if you would if you were using like a beauty blender. It just kind of pushes the product in, it gives it like a seamless finish and makes it look really, really, really nice. Blend it down into your neck. I find it difficult to get good light. This is really bad, like I feel like. Still doesn't really help, does it? Anyways, I'm gonna pat that in. I promise the next time I do a video, it's gonna be a lot more professional. I am waiting on some light boxes to come from Amazon or eBay, one or the other. So as soon as they come, I will have like a good source of like consistent light. It's just irritating that it's like such bad lighting. I mean, this foundation is really good for like flash photography. So it's got no SPF in it, which obviously for some people is a problem because a lot of people these days will like want SPF on their skin. Of course, like you can use just an SPF moisturizer. I know that MAC do an SPF primer. I know that Inglot does an SPF primer. We do an SPF 50, SPF 20. I think MAC does an SPF 50 primer. So obviously you can just mix that in if you did want to have like a little bit of SPF, just some protection for your skin, which is absolutely fine. But if you did want it for flash photography, it is perfect because it gives like a soft focus, so it looks really, really nice and like flawless in picture. It just looks amazing like on camera. So that's the foundation. Now I'm going to go in with this, which is the Revolution Super Size Conceal and Define. This is like slightly bigger than the normal. This is in the shade 8.5. I'm just going to pop this in all the areas where you would usually highlight. So I'm going to actually take, as I love this brush, so I have got like quite a few. I'm going to take another 4SS from Inglot, and I'm just going to buff that in. I'm going to bring it right in to the sides of my nose, and it just kind of slims down the nose a little bit. Bring it right up to meet where I've kind of blended out that dark black brown colour. Right up into the sides of the nose. And blending it out. Blending it up the nose. Into the centre of the forehead, I bring it out a little bit as well. On the chin. So I'm going to pat it in now as well, just to get that nice flawless finish. I'm just going to get my foundation brush and just blend it back into the... God, the light is so bad. Blending it back into like where the concealer is, so that they there's no like dark then light. It's like it all blends together. I know that the light is really bad, but it's just like hopefully you can get the gist of what I'm doing, and obviously I'm showing how I do it and listing the products better. Fingers crossed you learn something. I'm really sorry if you don't. So I'm going to take my face palette now. I've got a couple. This is my Inglot face palette. I'm going to take this colour here, which is 503 Sculpt, and I'm just going to set the under eye so that it doesn't crease. This is just going directly under where kind of you've got the creases in the eye, so just under where you've got that brown shadow. Right under there. This is just to set it down, and then I'm going to take 403 HD powder, which is this one. It's like it's a brightening powder, so it's got circles which reflect light, and it just makes it look a lot brighter underneath the eye. I will show you the difference now, because you will actually notice when that right under in the areas that you've placed your concealer, and I'll show you the difference. So this is with the brightening and that's without. Yeah, you just pop it under. I use like sweeping motions that activates the particle. You get that nice kind of, it's like a hue. It's like a, it just reflects light. It just kind of looks highlighted. I like a really bright under eye, so that's why I layer this. Some people hate a bright under eye. Like I have to ask all my clients because a lot of people, like you expect people to like a bright under eye because it's so like, it's like a trend, but not everybody likes it. Like I have people genuinely saying like I don't want a bright under eye. Then I'm going to take my other palette because that one is running out. I'm going to take this colour here, which is Inglot AMC powder in number 66. I'm going to take that on my Inglot powder brush. I'm just going to set all my skin. This is the perfect yellowy tone powder for setting down like any kind of tan colour. Like obviously I'm naturally like really white, but I wear fake tan, and this is just a perfect colour to kind of set it all down. So this is actually a talc free powder, so for anybody who has dry skin, dehydrated skin, I would recommend this powder. Like it is amazing. It sets it down and gives it like a nice finish without drying out your skin. Someone who has oilier skin, I would recommend some of the Inglot pressed powders or mattifying powders, or I'd recommend Studio Fix powder from MAC, which is amazing. For those of you who don't know, I have worked in MAC before as well. I worked there for 2 years, so I worked in both counters, so a lot of my products are from both of those places. So yeah, any questions you have, just like leave them below, or I might do like a little question on my Instagram and just kind of answer those questions in my next video. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going to take, I'll actually just show you this while I'm here. So these are my Inglot Flexies. I've got another one here. So basically the way they work is they're magnetic, so like all of your products stick onto them. You can use like highlights, contours, sculpts, powders, bronzers, eyeshadows, lipsticks, everything. Do I have one here with lipstick? Yes, so this is like a Freedom System, it's called. So this is a Freedom System lipstick, and you can get them in like little mini kind of like, essentially like kind of mini flexies, but they've got dividers in them, and yeah, so they've got like dividers, so they're kind of smaller, but these are bigger and they've got no dividers, so you can literally put whatever you want in them. So anyways, I'm going in with this colour here, which is 60 AMC powder. So again, talc free, good for people with dry skin, but I use it as my bronzer. And I'm just taking a 15 BJF from Inglot. Just gonna contour, well, bronze, then I'm gonna contour. I'm just gonna contour directly under the cheek. The good thing about these flexi palettes is that they're a good way of like, if you're starting out as a makeup artist and you kind of have a small kit, they're quite affordable to build your own palette with these, and they're just really easy to bring around. Everything's in the one place, even if it's somebody who is going on holidays and you're like, oh, I just love to kind of bring one palette where I've got like my bronzer, a highlight, a powder, a contour, an under eye powder, and 6 shadows and a lipstick. And there you go, like your whole face is there in one palette. So yeah, they are really, I would really recommend. Even when I wasn't working for Inglot, I used these, so it just goes to show. It was the same with the foundation. I've always used Inglot really because it's massive in Ireland, and obviously it's like getting big in the UK as well, so it's just always been one of my go-tos, you know what I mean? So popping a little bit of bronzer just down my nose. I always do this because I feel like sometimes you can lose your nose in your face. If you have it all too bright and you don't contour, you don't add anything, you can't lose your nose. So I am going to go back in with my 4SS and my under eye powder. And I'm just going to bring it along my nose so that it kind of like makes my nose a little bit skinnier. I take a little bit of contour, which is this one here. I've got a couple, but this is what I'm using today. 511 Sculpt, the tiniest bit. You don't need much because they are really pigmented. I'm just going to keep that directly underneath the cheekbone. With these contour powders, they are quite pigmented, so I always bronze and then go in with a little bit of it because I just feel like having a bronzer there to blend your contour into, it's just easier, it makes it easier for yourself, and it just blends a lot better. So now for my favourite part of the whole entire look, highlight. So I'm going to use I'm going to use a little bit of this, and I'm going to use a little bit of an Inglot sparkling dust, so I can show you two of my favourite products at the minute. But these are my new favourite, like it's my new favourite highlight palette. I'm going to go for, I think, Moon Sparkle and a little bit of Unicorn Dust. A little bit of Moon Sparkle, a little bit of Unicorn Dust. And a little bit of Unicorn Dust. So I'm going to go in with some blusher and then back in with a tiny little bit more highlight. I'm going to actually use this Technic palette, which they kindly sent me. And I think I'm going to use colour here from the Technic blush palette. These are really nice peachy tones. It just kind of ties in the look together a little bit. It's just a good time. But it just blends your bronzer into your highlight. I think it just looks a lot less extreme, especially when you've got like quite an extremely bright under eye. Obviously I'm going to fix my top lip in a second when I put some lip liner on. There's another highlight which I'm using. Inglot Sparkle Dust. So they come like in loose form. So if you are, again, a makeup artist starting out, want something for your kit, just get two different colours of these. You can mix them together. I'd recommend 03 for darker skin tones and 02 or the JLo one, which is, I think it's called Radiant, for the kind of like lighter and medium toned. It kind of does both really. So it's kind of, if you're looking for kind of ways to save a bit of money but you want to start your kit up, they are really good products. They last for ages. So that's that, sis. As you can see, it's popping. So now I'm going to go back in with my medium colour for my under eyes. The reason why I'm using like medium, dark and lighter colour is just to make it easier for those people who don't know, you know, what a transition colour is, etc. I'm trying to make it as accessible for everybody. So yeah, I'm just taking my 217 from MAC and I'm blending this underneath. So this is just gonna give me a nice smoked out under eye. I love a smoked out under eye. Like I love a smoked out liner and a smoked out under eye. Wow, that really smoked out. What the hell happened there? Yeah, so you're kind of bringing it quite low. It's personal preference. Some people hate to do stuff like that, and I just love it, you know? I just think it's stunning. Personal preference, guys. You will figure out what you love the more you practice. I feel like I don't look like me without a big smoked out under eye. Or, I mean, I would wear nothing or I would wear something dramatic. Like, there is no in between. There is no in between. And like my version of like a toned down look would be someone's version of like, oh my Jesus, like I would never ever wear it. I'll zoom in a bit. So it looks crazy, like the light is just killing me. It's really killing me. I'm gonna go darker underneath with my slightly smaller Inglot brush and my 305, which is the darker brown, just to blend that out. Underneath. Sorry, I'm aware I am hiding the camera. Holly Boone does this so well. I'll never understand. So this is what we're working with at the minute. We've got our glitter on, little body sparkles from Inglot 54. We've done 3 colours is all we've used today. A highlight, a sparkle. Oh no, I lied, we did use a gold colour on the eyes as well. But yeah. I did add some mascara to my top lashes once I had my my falsies on. However, I would recommend doing your mascara first because sometimes you've got like fallout from your eyeshadow. It can make your eyelashes look really, really white. And then you can see your lashes underneath your fake lashes and it just doesn't really work. I'm really scared that once I finish this look, I'm going to twist around my mirror with my lights on it to how it's meant to be facing, and then the lighting is just going to have been so much better. But you know, you live and you learn, guys. You live and you learn. So this is my very sad looking NYX liner. It's in brown. I've been going around calling it Brune for, you know, literally most of my life, but it's brown, apparently. I went in to buy a new one and I said, oh, do you have any Brune? And she was like, do you mean brown? And I was like, well, sorry, my mistake. So yeah, it's called Brune. Now I'm just gonna line and colour in slightly towards the centre. I quite like doing an ombre lip because I haven't yet had my lips done. So, you know, so I'm actually going to use this lipstick from Primark. It's this one here. It's called, I think it's called Barley There. Yeah, it is. It's called Barley There. It's a luster, but it feels like a matte, to be honest with you. It's meant to be like a creamy matte. It's really nude, so I usually pop it all over and then blend my liner back in. It reminds me of Honey Love, except maybe it's a little bit lighter. Maybe it reminds me of like Honey Love and Myth mixed. Back in with my liner. This is, I get so many questions about this lipstick. Like every time I put up a picture, it's always the same combination, but well, in and around, it's either this lipstick or it's 854 Inglot, 404 Inglot, and 51. So there's two. There's this or there's that one. So I'll leave them both below. This is Fortune Cookie. Yeah, Fortune Cookie from the NYX Butterglosses. I can't be bothered spending literally 20 quid on a lip gloss. Just not me. I can get them for cheaper. They do the same trick. So yeah, that's the finished look. I'm done. I'm always scared to have this light facing me because it's so bright. This is my finished look. I'm going to take down the hair because I'm feeling sassy. Okay, it's a bit crazy, but yeah. So this is what we're working with, guys. I'm gonna come down onto the floor, onto the level of the, don't mind my background. Scooch over there now, hon. So yeah, this is what we are working with. And now that I see this light, I'm like, did I not just turn it around in the first place? And I will learn. And I will turn it around in future because you can see a lot more. I just thought you would be able to see too much. Still a little bit scared, you know. So yeah, this is the eye look. I think I'm gonna do like an intro, like, you know, there's Shani Grimond is always like. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, this is it. I hope you all like it. Hope that, you know, I explained what I was doing well. I tried my best, so yeah. I think I'm gonna do a couple of these a week because I just think this is what I'm getting asked to do on YouTube instead of like, oh my god, I've been literally looking into the viewfinder, sorry. I'm acknowledging you now. Yeah, so I've been literally asked to do makeup looks all my whole life, so I think this is what my followers would want to watch, so this is what I'm gonna do. So if you want to comment below, I would love you forever, really. Comment below any looks that I've done that you would want me to recreate. I now understand that I'm going to have this light face in me for the entirety of the video. You know, trial and error. You live and you learn. C'est la vie. So yeah. Anyways, finished look. Let me know if you like. Comment, subscribe, like, message me. And yeah, thanks for watching.